LPT, if a stranger provokes you out of the blue on purpose, just walk away, don't speak, don't react, not even a little, don't even look at him, seek a safe place ASAP, and pretend it didn't happen, or bother you. The problems are never worth it and nothing good comes from reacting. About your other situation, I would bet your local police would love to hear from you. I was in a similar situation years ago, and when I finally worked up the nerve to tell the police about it, they knew exactly who I was being harassed by, and were eager for a reason to round them up. I was never required to testify or anything, just gave them probable cause, which led to lengthy prison terms for the gang members who were engaged in a lot of other illegal activities. My reaching out to the police just gave them an excuse to search and detain them. Just be careful and be very explicit that you fear for your life and your family. Thank you so much for your tip. I don't know what to do yet. I just hope this whole situation fades slowly away in nothingness. It won't. Be proactive. This is what I hate about the funny / prank / social experiments on YouTube that try to make a statement about people backing away, not in confronting things. You just don't know the state of mind the other person has. In the UK, I know of a number of cases people have been stabbed / beaten up for not backing down. Yes, indeed. These are so annoying and possibly dangerous. I had a guy try to get me to fight him while I was doing my job in a gas station parking lot years ago. I just kind of ignored him while he said he was going to take care of me. Turns out a few months later he got stabbed in a Walmart parking lot for doing the same thing. I hate people sometimes. This is so scary. Thank you for sharing. This is also true of people you know. When you're surrounded by dysfunctional family members, you learn not to engage when they are trying to suck you into their need for drama. If you've ever thought of living in another state or at least another time zone, now would be the time to try it out. Does this also apply to strangers on Reddit? Strangers in real life who outnumber and outpower you and have nothing to lose should scare you more. This is why everyone should conceal carry. An armed society is a very polite society. God made all men. Colt made them all equal. Lol. Are you serious? You think shooting a gang member would help the situation if they threaten your life? Yes, but that wasn't the point. That gang member wouldn't be bumping into people or trying to start shit if he knew that most people had a 9mm concealed on their hip, which is why the cities with the most gang activity are the ones with the strictest gun laws. My friend told me a story which this reminded me of. Back in the 90s in Bell Gardens, circa, some people were driving by, trying to get his attention. His older brother told him not to look over or acknowledge them, otherwise, they're getting shot or beat. Turns out they were gang members trying to start shit and were known for that. This is so scary. Thank you for sharing. Kind of a branch off, but this tactic also works wonders at my job in a call center. I talk to loads of customers every day, and every once in a while you get that one miserable asshole who will say the most outrageous, uncalled for shit that's clearly aimed at getting an emotional reaction out of you, which just feeds their fire even more. The best way to react to these people is to not react at all. My silence is deafening after they say something ridiculous, followed by me saying, "Is there anything else I can help you with today?" This is so scary. Thank you for sharing. WTH, are you a bot? Nearly all your replies are this. Welcome to being a woman in a big city. This is my standard operating procedure. Don't make eye contact with people acting / sounding weird, and don't engage with anyone you don't know unless the justification is there for it. Sorry you're going through some trouble. I hope it blows over or that the police can help you. Don't make eye contact with anyone. Period. That said, it's possible to respond in a non-aggressive manner to provocation, but you have to really mean it, or your fear / anger will still show through. Walking calmly away is the best solution, unless you know for sure how you'll come across to the aggressor. Fact. One time I was at Blockbuster and this guy was clearly on drugs, but not many others noticed. He walked by me and my friend and he jumped in my face suddenly and yelled nonsense. I didn't react at all because I was expecting something crazy from him. He walked away and I thought that was the end of it. Nope. Meth head then causes a scene because he owed late fee. Punches the woman behind the counter several times. Another employee trying to get him out of the store. He then proceeded to plow into about 3 cars as he fled the scene. Do not react. Do not get involved. This is so scary. Thank you for sharing. Left you a comment on your previous post, hoping for the best for you. Thank you so much. I hope now are people more aware, warned and cautious about such happenings. A little over a year ago I was walking to my ex's house in a small city in Britain. A guy walking down a hill I was going up, strayed very far out of his original path to make sure he got in front of me. He was very drunk and was asking for help to fix his phone. The screen was busted. I told him I couldn't help, but offered to ring him a taxi and he started getting really aggressive. I walked past him and ignored him, and he followed me up the hill. It got physical, and I don't regret my actions. My actions felt very instinctive. If it was more than one person I would have been fucked and probably second guessed putting up a fight. This is so scary. Thank you for sharing. What? No. Stand up for yourself. I would. But in front so many gang members it's difficult. They are seldom alone and peaceful. Get in touch with the police. Chances are they know who this genius is and would love any cause to snatch a gang member. If you live in a free state/city, get yourself a firearm and training. It's not a magic wand, but no beef stops a bullet. Or 3. Delivered center of mass. When people are delusional or cruel, or both, they can and will just do bad things to random people. The best thing to actually do is to find help and or report it to the police. I would have my doubts about this gang member. Anyone could have been on that phone. It seems like the situation has progressed, and reporting it would be the best thing. Even if they were flukes, it's still a threat, especially to your family's safety. This is a great LPT. I have a coworker that was walking with his girlfriend when a man physically ran into him and started shouting at his girlfriend. My coworker stepped between the man and his girlfriend and yelled at him to back off. He turned around and walked away with his girlfriend, and the man stabbed him in the back with a massive 9 screwdriver. Absolutely no rhyme or reason. But you just never know what people's mental states or intentions are. Coworker was eventually okay, but the screwdriver just missed his lung. He was lucky. Don't engage. This is pure horror. Thank you for sharing. I shared this in a recent post on Road Rage. My dad was a psychiatrist for 50 years. For the last 10 years of his career he worked at a prison ensuring that prisoners were correctly diagnosed and given appropriate medication for their mental health issues. He told me of one of the prisoners there. The man had been cut off in traffic, so he chased down the guy in his car, beat him unconscious, poured gasoline on him, and set him on fire, killing him. When my dad first met the prisoner he had absolutely no remorse for what he had done and still believed the guy deserved to die. I don't remember the diagnosis, but my dad prescribed some medications for him and interviewed him again some weeks later. What he encountered was a completely changed man. For the first time the prisoner had a sense of what he had done and truly felt remorse for it. The lesson I took away from this is that you have no idea of the mental state of others around you. If someone offends you, be kind and try not to let it ruin your day or life. Thank you for sharing. This sounds so interesting and creepy. What an insider story. Wow, you're absolutely right. We sometimes have no idea in which mental state someone is. This is what it's like to live in New York City. Just keep walking. One time there was a guy harassing people at the train station verbally. Everyone backed away, so I walked into his path slowly but not to provoke him physically. He started screaming and saying shit to me. I just looked at him until the train came. I would like to think everyone appreciated my taking one for the team. He seemed harmless to me other than yelling. This is interesting. Thank you for sharing. I'm sorry you have to be worried, but they are AHS. I feel that way about most gangs and people who are part of them. Never let a gobshite get away with it. Don't you turn you back on me. Yeah, they said exactly that. Well, sometimes you get to punch someone in the face, which can be tremendously satisfying. At that point, I drop my address for M and have fun painting my walls. Or don't react at all, but rabbit punch them with all you got when they open their mouth again. Worst case, they show up at your door and get shot. I like to think about it like this: this dude is dumb enough to fuck with me. He's not worth killing. Because no matter how high his fucking serotonin or testosterone, or whatever the fuck is making him feel invincible, doesn't mean he's not a flesh bag that could die tomorrow slipping on an ice patch, let alone get a brain bleed when I clock him. As far as your situation goes, these people are predatory. They didn't target you because of your reaction. They targeted you because they were going to from the moment they saw you. That kind of behavior is not going to go away because you make yourself a small target. It only goes away when they feel they are done. Read up on real self-defense, which is not about how do I break someone's arm, but that can be part of it if you practice it enough. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.